context of who we are and how we got started as an organization. But then talk about, give you the opportunity to ask questions and to have me answer based on what our experiences have been and how we've gotten through some of the challenges that you face on a day-to-day basis, right? Your challenges and my challenges are very similar. As a matter of fact, they're the same. We have the same challenges with employees, with customers, with credit, with communicating, with getting our products out into the marketplace. It's the same challenges. And as you just get a little bit bigger, your challenges just, they grow and scale with the size of your business. So whether you're, $100,000 business, $1 million business, a $10 million business, or a $100 million business, those challenges continue to move with you. They just become a little bit bigger because the dollars are a little bit bigger. So I'll tell you a little bit about UDT. I was fortunate enough to start this business back in 1995 with a high school football friend of mine. We played high school ball together, named Gerard Amaro. And Gerard was my friend first. He was my teammate second. And once we graduated from school, Gerard went off to Liberty University in Virginia to play football. Broke his leg, broke his arm, came back. Basically, half the credits that he had gotten in school did not transfer back to the state of Florida. He was not provided a scholarship to play football. He was trying to do it on his own accord up there. So he had to come back. He couldn't afford to stay up at Liberty. When he came back, he started working and he went back to school. We started this business back in 1995 because we thought a couple things. We had nothing to lose. We had no money, no customers, and no experience, but we also had nothing to lose. So the time was right then and there. Otherwise, you get married, you have children, you have responsibilities, and then the dynamics changes. So when we first started, originally being located down in Miami, we started doing a lot of export business. The challenge with the export market was that, it's hard, and we were not sophisticated enough at the time to understand how to ensure the quality of our accounts receivable. So we started doing business down in Latin America, and then something happened in Brazil. The currency devalued. And we were getting phone calls because we needed to pay our bank and our vendors. And the phone calls that we were getting when we were trying we were conducting collection efforts on behalf of our customers. When they were calling us back, they were saying, look guys, we like you guys. You just have to bear with us because we don't have any money. And we understood that because they were genuine about the fact that if they had $10,000 in the bank, now it was worth $5. The challenge is that our bank didn't understand that, right? Or they understood it. I'm not sure they really cared, right? We needed to make sure we made the payment. So we became concerned about the exposure that we had in Latin America, and we really turned to the domestic market to try to do more business domestically. That's when we got engaged with school districts in the very early stages of our business careers. If you kind of fast forward, right, there was only one thing that we could offer, and that was our consistency, our attention, and that we value these customers, public sector customers, education customers, that we value them enough to make sure that we gave them all of our attention. Because the only thing we had was service. The only thing we had was rapport and our word, and making sure that we under-promise and over-deliver. So as you look at how we kind of got into the public sector, it was really in very small amounts of purchase orders that we would receive, because in order to do business in K through 12, you had to be on a formal contract. We were not on a formal contract, so we could not receive any purchase order that was larger than $10,000. In the IT space at the time, everything was over $10,000. If you bought 3 computers, it was more than $10,000. So it was definitely very, very slow road for us. We had a very good track record in education, mostly because we tried really hard. We grew our business substantially through 2008. When I say substantially, it grew every year, right? In 2008, we had something happen, and it was a recession. The first quarter of 2009 was the best quarter that UDT ever had, right? We had the most sales in that quarter that we had experienced in any previous year, in any previous quarter, for the 13 years that were behind us. What happened the second quarter of 2009 is that our business dropped almost 78%. So from the time frame of March to May, we decreased our orders and our revenue by almost 80%. Obviously, we got very concerned. But we had two choices, and these are choices that you face every day. You're either curled up in the fetal position, and you take the blows until they stop coming, right? Or you go and you play offense. And if you remember, I told you that Jordan and I both played football, right? So we said, look, we don't want to play defense, right? We're going to go play offense. And we had to take the money that we had made over those 13 years, all of our personal money, and we reinvested it back into our business, right? And at the time, any real estate assets that I had, including my home, had all been, were all completely underwater. Banks were calling notes. I mean, it was a mess. But the one thing that Jordan and I committed to was to maintaining our credit, to making sure that we were going to do everything that we could to maintain our credit,